Taxi vlog 144. Been a couple weeks since I did one. Oh, fuck. Don't you hate it when novices take over the car? Oh, where did he put it this time? Here we go. See what this is? It goes right in it. Shut up, you beeping piece of shit. Okay. Better. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, I was trying to book in here. I booked in. He's probably got all the settings wrong too. And watch out so I don't hit a car. Configuration. Oh yeah, fuck, all wrong. Key beep off. And alert tone. I gotta turn it up so high that only a puppy can hear it, because I hate anything that beeps. And why does he have it at 300 milliseconds? It's supposed to be as little as possible. 3 max super messages? Fuck that. I swear I don't know how some of these people work. They must be... that stuff would drive me batshit. Okay, I think I hit exit already. Come on, I hit you again. Gotta hit exit harder. Okay, there ain't nothing coming there. Make our left turn. No email. Good. Okay, book the zone and be done with you, you piece of junk. There. Okay. Yeah, I haven't done one of these in a couple weeks because it's been uneventful. It's been February. Blah. It's been... I don't know what's happening on YouTube, but it was at a point where I could just barely keep up, being 3 or 4 days behind everything, and then I got steered in the direction of watching all this Zeitgeist stuff, that I was watching these 3.5-hour videos rather than looking at my subscriptions. And so what happened was I got a few days behind. But then when I caught up, I found to my surprise that I could stay caught up. And right now it's at the point where I'm watching, I can watch all of my subscriptions in one day. I can be on top every day. And it's a long time since I was able to do that. Okay, a few things did happen. I did prune my subscriptions just a little bit. There were some people who were making videos, like 3 and 4 of them a day, and talking about people that they're subscribed to that I don't really watch. So that was, I was losing interest in that. And then there were other people who were putting up practically the same video every day. One in particular who I was subscribed to for a long time, he's just walking around town. That's all he's doing in these videos. And it really gets kind of old after a while, so I stopped watching him. And then there are people who post one video every day, and really, you know, if you've seen one, you've seen them all. I don't mean to be disrespectful or anything, but you know, that's not for me. And you know, it's okay if my videos are not for you, fine, don't watch it. I don't care. You know, if you get nothing out of watching me, great. Watch somebody else who you enjoy better. It's a free world, you know. I don't want to force anybody to watch me, and I'm not going to come along with any gimmicks and contests and crap like that to boost my views. It's not my thing. I just want to share what's going on with me, and maybe share what went on with me a year ago in some of my videos, because yeah, I post old stuff. I post videos that I recorded, you know, maybe a year ago in Florida when we went on that trip, and I'm still working on them. And you know, last summer when I was at my mother's place, you know, I shot a lot of video, and so I'm working on those and putting those up. And you know, in one instance I have 28 minutes of my mother just talking, and so I'm chopping that into bits and pieces. Good for me, I guess. And if you guys enjoy watching, wonderful, you know. If you don't like it, watch something else. Gosh, you know. And I just hope you understand that if I unsubscribe from you and I've been watching you a bit, it's because, well, you know, maybe I'm not interested in exactly what you're putting out. You know, not everyone is for everyone, and not everyone's interests are the same. My gosh, imagine if all there was on here was, come on tow truck, come on. Imagine if all that was on here was gaming videos. You know, if it was just gaming videos, I wouldn't watch it, you know, and I'm imagining people who watch me don't watch gaming videos so much either. So, how have the last 2 weeks been going? Well, pretty uneventful, really. We didn't have any very extreme customers. The highlights are basically that a week ago, that is last week, well, in the middle of the month, things were hurting pretty bad, but on Saturday morning, Sunday morning, and Monday morning, 3 mornings in a row, I had runs from town to the airport. Last night I had another run to the airport, but like I was hanging out in the usual area that I hang out in, if you care, it's on Oak Street in Saanich, just you know, half a block away from the big Walmart complex that they built, which they call Uptown and used to be called the Town and Country Shopping Center. If you watched my early taxi vlogs, you know, like 3 or 4 years ago, that was my favorite hangout, and you know, you'd see me with the taxi in the Walmart parking lot. Well, that all has changed. They ripped the whole thing out and they put in this multiple fustercluck kind of place in there. Yeah, a couple weeks ago I had a cold too, and there's still a bunch of stuff in my throat that's coming up, and I'm coughing up stuff as I go along, and so if my voice is a bit off, now you know why. And now that I come to think of it, another thing that has been contributing to how few videos there are on YouTube, there was one prolific poster who would sometimes put up 3 or 4, maybe even 5 short little videos a day. He's gone. I won't say his name, you know, to protect him, his innocence. That's a good one, isn't it? If you know who I'm talking about, you know this guy's not innocent at all. But he has this habit of coming back with a new channel every time he deletes his. Sometimes it's as short as a day later, and sometimes maybe a week or 2. And he's back on YouTube because he misses us. I think he's going to miss us pretty soon. Where else was I going? Oh yes, how the 2 weeks were going. On Friday night we had a full moon, and full moons sometimes go by without any drama, and they sometimes go by, actually I usually get lucky on a full moon. I may have mentioned this before, being a moon child. Yes, my birthday is the 2nd of July, hint hint. And new moons, where the moon is completely dark, are the ones that really kind of upset me. And if you never worked in a service industry and you don't deal with the public, you have no clue what the hell I'm talking about. Before I started doing so, I didn't believe in the full moon either. But yes, the tides do move, and people are pulled by the gravity of the moon, and because our bodies are, I don't know, what is it, 83% water or something like that. I'm pulling that figure off the top of my head, so don't quote me as a good source of information. Okay, so the full moon we had, there were people who were just acting off the wall. At one point I was just dropped off downtown, and it was after 2, so there were people waving all over the place, and one guy waves at me from a street corner, so I pull over. He slides the back door open, and then this other guy comes along and says, "Hey, we saw that cab first, and besides, there's eight of us," and so this guy says, "So there's 2 of us." Big whoop, you know, and it looked as if they were going to fight it out. They were going to have a fisticuffs and stuff, so I just drove away with them with the door open, because I didn't want any part of that. Of course, the trouble with this van is it does not behave like a regular taxi. A regular taxi, when people have the door open and you drive away from them, the door slams shut. try it sometime. But with a minivan and the door already open, it's already slid back, so it's going to try to slide back more, and it's already locked in place when you pull away. So here I am driving around the corner, or around the block actually, with the open sliding door open. So that was one thing, and it was just a difficult night. You know, I was getting sent long distances to pick up people who are not going very far, and that gets really old too, really soon. So that was it. We got through the full moon and kept going. The next night was a little easier, and okay, the last two, the Sunday and Monday, were quiet for the most part. The only thing that saved last night was that airporter at the end on Interac, so of course I don't get to see any money. The money went to pay tonight's lease. So I don't really want to work too hard. I actually got to work late. It's almost 9 o'clock at night, so I will work till 6. I will do a 9-hour shift, most of which is paid for. I hope to get some cash out of it. Probably won't get much. I will watch some more YouTube. I finished reading another book, one that Cindy got but wasn't into so much. It was The Time Traveler's Wife. If you're into multimedia, or if you're into pop culture and that, you probably have heard of the book and probably have seen the movie, but I have not. I just finished reading the book and I found it fascinating and entertaining. So that's what I was doing out here when I wasn't watching any YouTube the past 2 or 3 weeks. What the hell else? Oh yeah, since there hasn't been that much YouTube going on, I've already watched everything by the time I get home in the morning. So in the mornings lately I have been starting to scan some images, and I've been looking at some photographs that I shot back in 1979 and 1980 when I was 15 years old. And you know, of course, a lot of them are crap. A lot of them are crap, but you know, there are 1 or 2 gems in there from that period of time, more than 30 years ago, where some of them were actually composed very well, and they make some nice they would make nice black and white prints, but I'm just digitizing them right now. So at least I will have a digital record from a bunch of stuffy old negatives that were just collecting dust in my mother's basement up until last summer. So yeah, I'm getting onto that project, and I plan to digitize all the images I have. I have a briefcase full of 35mm slides, and I have a lot of negatives from 30 years of shooting color prints. So I have a few negatives to digitize as well, so I'll probably be busy until this time next year doing that. In between making videos for YouTube, of course, and I might make some presentations of the photos that I'm digitizing. I have some in mind already, and on and on and on. I suppose I could talk for another 10 or 15 minutes, but that would probably bore you to death, and I'm starting to run out of things that I want to say today. I think I've covered just about all of it for a taxi vlog after 2 weeks of not doing one. I'm looking forward to a slow, quiet, uneventful night, as most of February usually is. I did have a Saturday or two that were moderately entertaining or profitable, but yeah, it's a black kind of month. I hope springtime hits us soon. I saw a few crocuses and flowers and things trying to poke through the ground, but you know, at night you don't see so much. Pretty soon there will be cherry blossoms on the cherry trees. Maybe I'll get a chance to photograph some of that. I got some file footage from about 3 years ago on that subject. I might fake it and use that. Anyway, have a better one than I'm having, or something like that. I'm going to sit here and talk to Nick. Hey Nick, what's new?
Really? Nothing.
Nothing! Yippee!